Hello, hello, hello! Good day, everyone. I'm Shiro Tamaya, your resident Coyote Phantom Thief, at your service. And no free talk screen this time. We're just jumping right onto the gaming screen. Gaming screen? Screen. Wow. English. Well, hello, guys. I hope you're doing well. I'm back with more UsoNatsu, Summer Romance Bloomed from a Lie. I love this game. Is so pretty, man. Every time I open the game, I'm just like, oh, graphics, beautiful. And I love this opening theme. It's so nice. But last time we had a cooking class with the girls, and we made curry, and it turned out great. After we had some assistance from Kaoru, who came in clutch for the secret ingredients. And it helped Shiori overcome another memory of her past. Lesbians girl. Hello, Stolf, and hello, Fresh. Thank you so much for stopping by. Welcome, welcome. Hope you're doing well. Yes. Yuri. Glorious Yuri. I've been really sick with a bad cold these past few days, so I can't wait for some great story time with you to relax and rest and recover. I hope you feel better soon, Fresh. Thank you so much for stopping by once again. And yeah, I hope this is a relaxing stream for you. But we have arranged a sleepover with the three girlies. So this will be interesting. And it's at Kaoru's house because we couldn't have it at Riku's house. So I'm very excited to see what happens at the sleepover, especially considering Kaoru has a very bad relationship with her parents. Let's hope nothing goes wrong. Fingers crossed. But yeah, without further ado, let's get right into the Yuri. Let me load. Yes, chapter 6, let's be happy.
Asaka.
As usual, I wake up feeling refreshed. Being a morning person has a lot of advantages, although I don't mind staying up late either. Maybe I have energy to spare because I don't participate in cram school or after-school activities. Riku and I had our conversation at Diana Deer on Tuesday. Tuesday was the tennis match, and Wednesday was the cooking lesson. This week has been jam-packed full of excitement thus far. Oh yes, we had the conversation with Riku about our sensei. And also, Riku's feelings for, Shiori being, a little more romantic than friendly. And now we have something to look forward to over the weekend. The sleepover at my place. I'm certain that Shiori has changed. I'm certain that something in Shiori has changed, and in myself as well. If I hadn't met her, I'd probably be spending my time consumed with painful thoughts of Sensei, either locked up in my room or wandering around aimlessly. Polyending. I don't think... Yeah, it's probably a good break from all the emotional turmoil. Polyending. If only it were poly, though. I highly doubt. I have a feeling it won't be. I need to find... You know what? I should find a visual novel that has a poly ending. Or a poly root or something like that. I need to find something. I don't know if it exists out there in the world, but maybe. Or who knows, maybe I'll make it myself. If they won't write me a story, I'll write it for them. It might take some time to figure out what exactly it means to leave feelings and memories in the past. Those are the thoughts running through my very awake and alert mind as I count down the minutes until our afternoon meetup.
顔洗おうっと。
I got out of bed, my body feeling lighter than usual, and head to the bathroom. Sure, 4GN would go so hard. I don't know. It'd definitely be emotionally battering. I think that's the best way I can describe it. I do not write happy stories. I tend to write stories that hurt. I arrive at Yokohama Station a little early and decide to hang out in my usual spot. Dibs on the joke voices. You know what? If I ever made a visual novel, you can have the joke voices. I would let that happen. That would be hilarious stuff. My reluctance to go to the spot where I'd wait for Sensei so many times is slowly starting to fade. My feelings are being smoothed down over time like a pebble in water. But I still hate being reminded of her, and having that memory cast a shadow over my emotion. I especially don't want to let her ruin the fun sleepover we're about to have.
楽しいこと考えよう。うちに友達が来るなんていつ以来だろう。
Hey, wait. Hold on. Tuxedo cat. Nice little bucket hat. I will say, she is very fashionable. I know for sure that it was before the week... I know for sure that it was before the week I spent at Sensei's house after running away from home.
やっぱり思い出しちゃうな。
I know being alone here probably isn't such a great idea, but for now, my adult emotions allow me to look at it with a degree of objectivity. There's no doubt in my mind that memories are intrinsically linked to locations, which means that every moment I spend in this place now might be helping to overwrite them.
Oscar.
Oh my god, of course she has a Donuts Daisuke shirt. Hello, Riku. Hey. Very nice fit she got going. And I like the hairstyle too, the back braid.
リク、ありがとう。は？何がだ？
Oh,
こっちの話。
Riku interrupts my navel gazing session. Despite being aware that obsessing over this stuff is meaningless, my thoughts keep going back to it.
いや、いいけどさ。
Hold on, I'm gonna turn up my volume a little bit.
リクのシャツ、可愛い色してる。
そうなんだ。いいだろう。買ったばっかなんだよ、これ。
髪も下ろしてるし、着替えてきたの？
ああ、そうだよ。部活の時に私服持ってってさ。バレないように学校出るの大変だったよ。
One of our school rules is that students have to be in uniform at all times while on campus. I've heard that the rule isn't strictly enforced during club training days or school festival preparations, when there aren't any regular classes in session though.
で、しおりより私が先か。雨降ってないみたいでよかったよな。
え、雨降るの？朝はいい天気だったけど。
なんか予報ではな。まあ今日は夜までそんな感じみたいだからさ。一日家でちょうどよかったかもな。
Oh.
うん、そうだね。
カオルもちょっとは天気予報見ろよ。
Kaoru's outfit saying tuxedo cat, tuxedo poco with a top hat. I should get a pee in. Hold on. Hold on. Let me click out of the window. Whoa! Poco! There you go. Little Poco for you. I honestly never pay much attention to the weather in general. Though thinking back, I have ended up getting caught in the rain unexpectedly an awful lot. I don't think Sensei ever bothered to check the weather either. Just as I begin to get frustrated over my thoughts turning to sensei no matter what the topic, I hear Shiori's voice. Poco jump scare.
おはようございます。
Oh my gosh. Ah, she's so cute. Oh my god. I love the little, her hair up in a little scrunchie. Oh, and it's a little wavy at the ends. Oh, she's so cute. Fashionable as hell.
しおり、ありがとう。
だから何なんだよそれ。
On closer inspection, Shiori has an aura about her that really makes her stand out from the crowd. Her hair is so shiny and long, and her eyes are so big. I can't think of any way to describe her other than gorgeous. Kaoru. That's a little gay.
今日も可愛いね。
Ah, yes. Yes, more Yuri. Please continue. Oh, Riku's surprised. And Shiori's surprised at the same
ふと
time.
思っただけ。今日のコーデも似合ってるしさ。
ありがとうございます。
Aww. Shiori looks at me shyly, her cheeks bright red. Maybe it's because she's awkward around boys, or that she's an honor student who can feel kind of unapproachable, or that she's not straightforward like Riku, but for whatever reason, she's not used to getting compliments. I simply watch as she struggles to find the right words to say. A few moments of staring at each other, Riku speaks up.
おい。
I'm sorry.
だってさ、リクもそう思うでしょ？
いや、思うよ。確かにしおりは今日も可愛いけどさ。ありがとう。リクも可愛いよ。おい、やめろよ。
私には。
Before Shiori can respond, we're interrupted by an announcement over the loudspeakers.
よし。じゃあ全員揃ったことだし。行こうね。
Damn.
カオルン
I
チ。
get cooked by the subway announcements. Damn it.
お待たせしました。行きましょう、立花さん。
Alrighty. She calls out, overjoyed. I mentally give up on the previous conversation before following them toward the train platform. The station closest to my place is a few stops away from Yokohama. Being a residential area, there are a bunch of restaurants around the station, but not much once you get further away. It's a 10-minute ride by bike, making it uncomfortably far to walk. But there's a bus stop about a 1 minute walk from the station, and so we decide to take the bus to my house. The condo where we live is a part of a redevelopment project that happened about 5 years ago, and there are several other similar buildings in the neighborhood. We lived in a different apartment until I was 11, at which point my parents purchased a condo in the newly constructed building and we moved in.
だいたいそんな感じ。
Ah. I fill them in on the history of my home on the way there, wrapping up around the time we arrive. We take the elevator up to the 7th floor where I live.
はい、どうぞ。
When we arrive, I unlock the front door before opening it.
ってわけで、ここがうち。
Ah. Are the parents home or...
お邪魔します。
I don't think... Maybe they aren't. I mean, that makes it a little less awkward at least.
お邪魔します。素敵な部屋ですね。広くて綺麗。
I never noticed the penguin is very angry. Why is it so angry?
おお、眺めもいいな。
Yeah.
ありがとう。 このマンションは丘の上に立ってて角部屋でもあるからちょうど眺めがいいの。
Never mind, they're here. This is going to be awkward.
お母さん。
She appears behind the counter that separates the living room from the kitchen. I realize that I forgot to ask her not to come out while Shiori and Riku are here.
お、カオルのお母さん、同じクラスの井ノ原陸です。今日はよろしくお願いします。南しおりです。本日はお世話になります。あら、元気なりくちゃんと礼儀正しいしおりちゃんね。あんまり広くないお家だけど楽しんでいてね。
おいおい、広くないってのは余計じゃないか。
お父さん。
My dad suddenly appears from the hallway. Judging by his clothes and the bag over his shoulder, it looks like he's on his way out.
心配しなくてもお母さんと出かけてくるから、俺たちのことは気にせず楽しみな。
I see, I see.
あ、待ってあつしくん、もうちょっとかおちゃんのお友達とお話しさせて。
Girl, I don't think that's a good idea.
おいおい、せっかく友達が来てるんだから邪魔しちゃ悪いだろ。
はーい。
車出しちゃうから、帰りに買ってきてほしいものあったら教えてくれな。
夕飯はお肉買ってくるからおやつを食べ過ぎないようにね。
うん。
God, Kaoru's just... Oh, man.
あ、カオルのお母さん、ちょっといいですか。
Oh, boy.
小春ちゃんでいいのよ。いや、それはちょっと。
Shiori goes into the kitchen, followed by Riku. Mom follows behind them. Riku is going to do some baking, so I've asked my mom to give her a quick tour of the kitchen.
キッチン広くて素敵です。新しいって感じがするな。お、なんかすげえのついてるぞ。ディスポーザーっていうの。生ゴミはどんどん入れちゃって砕いちゃうからね。
Between all of this and the yet unexplained circumstances behind the leaving home thing years ago, this is a bomb waiting to blow up. Yeah, it kind of is.
これは食器洗浄機ですか。そう、ここ全自動で便利なんだよ。憧れます。で、お菓子作りをしたくて。聞いてるよ。じゃあキッチンの説明するね。ボウルは上の棚に入ってて、お鍋は出しておいたよ。油は下の棚の中にあって、あ、そうそう、型も買っておいたの。洗ってあるから使ってみてね。いいなあ、お菓子作り。かおちゃんとも昔はよく作ったんだけどね。クッキーとかケーキも作ったことあったな。あ、わからないことあるかな。何でも聞いてね。
My mom proceeds to give them a rundown of the kitchen and everything inside it. I'm glad I told her we were baking something, specifically donuts. It sounds like she went out of her way to get us the basics of what we'll need. I'm grateful, of course. However...
私、部屋に荷物置いてくる。
Seeing my parents so happy and enthusiastic is leaving a bad taste in my mouth. I feel myself about to slip into another spiral of negativity when Shiori suddenly speaks up.
あ、待ってください。
え？
立花さんのお部屋、一緒に見に行ってもいいですか？
うん。いいよ。
Right. I have to shake this foul mood. It's going to be a fun day because I'm going to make sure it is. So I have to do what I can to stay positive. I'm the one who told Shiori that the best way to overwrite unpleasant memories is by making better ones. I know she's been looking forward to our sleepover, so I have no choice but to work my fun-having muscles to their very limits.
リクも一緒に行こう。おう、一丁荒らしてやろうぜ。
Don't trash the place.
ほんと来い。
or do, as whatever Kaoru says.
いいのかよ。ぬいぐるみもいるんですよね。
いるよ、いっぱい。
牛もちゃもいるんですよね。しおり、圧がすごいぞ。
See? I got this. If I make myself laugh, then I'm sure to have fun. Kaoru's room, 1:20 p.m.
なんか照れるね。
カオルでも照れることあるんだな。
ひどくない？
しかし片付いてるな。なんか物少ないしさ。
Gonna be working some other muscles with the lights go. Oh my god, stop. They're not at that step yet. I mean, what?
部屋に友達あげるのなんて久しぶりだったから気合い入れたよ。物少ないのは元から。私別に趣味とかないしね。
ぬいぐるみ多いし、それって趣味じゃないのか？あとさ、服多そう。
ああ、そうだね。服は結構クローゼットの中に詰めてるかも。
Having friends in my room feels kind of weird after all this time. I'm so unused to it that it leaves me feeling antsy and uncomfortable, and yet it's not altogether unpleasant. She said she'd just be leaving her stuff here, but Riku is taking her time looking around and admiring everything.
なんか新鮮だよな、カオルの部屋って。日当たりも良さそうだし、いい部屋だな。なあ、しおり。はあ、牛もちゃ、大きい牛もちゃがいます。
Of course, that's what you're excited about.
聞いてねえし。しおり、そのキャラそんなに好きだったんだな。何のキャラなんだ？
I mean, it's a cow. What the hell are you even talking about? Stop. Oh my god. I'm not even indulging that one.
やっぱ聞いてねえし。
Shiori just loves that little mascot character.
もふってしてもいいですか？それか、ギューってしてもいいですか？
Go ahead.
どう違うの？
もふはもふで、ギューはギューです。
Okay.
なるほど。いいよ。
ありがとうございます。今ので分かったのかよ。
わかんないけど、いいんじゃない？
I look at Shiori, who's sitting on my bed. She's cuddling with Mocha the cow, or Ushimota, nuzzling her cheek against him.
ギューもふもふ夢心地です。
This is adorable. I wish there was a
なんか
CG for
幸せ
this.
みたいだし。
God damn it, why can't there be a CG of this?
だな。そっか。牛もちゃっていうのが好きだったんだな、しおり。覚えとこうっと。
Leaving Shiori to snuggle with Mocha, I take Riko on a tour of my room. I show her the clothes in my closet, my makeup, and then briefly point out some of my manga. Meanwhile, Shiori continues playing with Mocha, showing no signs of getting bored anytime soon.
さーて、そろそろドーナツ作ろうぜ。
しおり、もう行くよ。
She looks at me plaintively, squeezing Mocha tightly in her
連
arms.
れて行っちゃダメですか？
ダメじゃないけど、ドーナツ作ってる途中に汚れちゃうかも。
それはダメです。じゃあここで待っててもらいますね。
うん。後でまたもふればいいよ。
それって共通言語なのか？
Just as she's about to leave Mocha behind and exit my room, she already notices something on my desk. I immediately know what she's taken an interest in.
ああ、この写真気になる？
気にならないといえば嘘になるよな。部屋入った時から気づいてたし。
Yeah. It's pathetic that I still have that thing up, isn't it? I barely stop myself from saying as much out loud.
だよね。見てみる？
I asked Shiori casually before handing her the picture frame. She takes it from me and Riku leans in closer to get a good look herself.
美術館でお会いした時も思いましたけれど、綺麗な方ですよね。オーラがあるというか、芸能人みたいでした。
Yeah, you can't deny the sensei is very beautiful.
しかもさ、この写真ってスマホで撮ったやつだろ？加工もしてなさそうだしさ。
そうなんだよ。ムカつくよね。綺麗でかっこよくてさ。
素敵な絵も描きますしね。そっか、美術教師って言ってたもんな。
そう、それもムカつくんだよね。なんかこう抽象的なうわーっとした絵じゃなくてさ、私が見てもいいなって思う絵を描くんだ。
すげえ、特技もあって完璧っつうか。
全然。スマホとかパソコンとか機械が苦手だからいろいろ教えたし、部屋の片付けは苦手だし、偏食だし、プライベートはお酒好きを超えて飲んだくれてるし。
下月先生のことよく知っているんですね。
かもね。長いし。
会ったのは中3の頃って言ってたしな。でも薫がその人のことをまだ好きってのもわかるよ。
わかっちゃうか、やっぱ。だから写真片付けられないんだよね。
I still don't feel any less embarrassed about holding onto it, but those words just slip out. It's not like I have it on my desk so I can look at it all the time, but it's been there for close to a year and I can't bring myself to put it away.
そのままでもいいんじゃないですか。無理にしまう必要もないと思いますよ。私もこっそりお兄ちゃんの写真を飾っていますし。
そうだね。だって先生のことまだ好きだもん。先生のこと忘れたらしまうから、もうちょっとこのままで。
はい、私もそう思います。そういえばさ、この写真いつ撮ったんだ？
去年の秋、こっそり撮った。
まさかの盗撮かよ。そのこっそりは良くないかと。
時効。
Statue of limitations, what the fuck? I glanced down at my photo once more. She looks so good. It's true that I took the photo secretly, but I told Sensei about it immediately after. I remember the look of distaste on her face when I did, but I don't think she truly hated it that much. I return the photo to my desk and Riku claps her hands together.
じゃあドーナツ作ろうぜ。一人3個で、薫のお父さんお母さんも入れると全部で5人だから20個は作っとかないとな。
3 per person.
頑張ろうね。
多いし計算間違ってるし。まあでも楽しみだね。
Seems Riku's IQ goes down as soon as donuts are involved, and Chiori is too much of a gourmand to notice. The two of them bounce back towards the living room with me in tow. Once we reach the kitchen, we all start washing our hands. I'm getting out the ingredients we'll need from the fridge when I hear a sudden yelp from Riku.
したの？しまった、エプロン持ってきてねえや。
大丈夫。お母さんが出しておいてくれた。
Until she mentioned it, I'd forgotten all about them myself. I pull out 5 different types of aprons from a shelf in the living room. My mom collects them and they've got various girly designs.
私はいつもの。
そっか、弁当作ってるし自分用のあるよな。
そう、いいでしょう。
はい、シンプルなデザインで似合っていると思います。ま、しおりはこれだよな。牛もちゃん、これにするね。
Of course. It looks like mom must have picked up a Mocha the Cow apron at some point. Shuri dons it with a look of sublime satisfaction.
牛もちゃと一緒です。
Oh my god, that's adorable. Yoshimo's-cha.
おお、牛もちゃも可愛いけど色合いもしおりに合ってるな。
どうかん。で、リクはどうする？このフリフリついてるやつ結構似合うと思うけど。
いや、これはちょっと私には恥ずかしいかな。そうかな、私も似合うと思うよ。ほんとか？ならこれにしてみよっかな。
しおり、ナイス。
Oh my god. Riku's behavior is as transparent as ever, yet she still seems slightly embarrassed as she puts the apron on. I truly feel like the more girly aprons suit her well, despite it being so different from her usual style. I think it looks especially good on her because of how short she is. I don't think you should be saying that in your monologue, Code. Because of how short she is, Jesus. Aww.
どうだ？
Very nice.
かわいいね。メイドさんみたい。マジか。よかった。ちょっとまだ恥ずいけど。
うん、みんないい感じ。これで準備万端だね。
I put the other aprons back before returning to the kitchen. Shiori takes out her phone and checks the recipe.
まずはリクに教えてもらえばいいかな。
そういえば、お菓子作りは結構慣れてるって言ってたよね。
おう、ドーナツはだいたいフィーリングで作れるぞ。っていうかハートが大事だな。対話ってやつだ。
I wait for Riku to continue, but when she doesn't say anything else, Shiori and I exchange glances. When she talks about donuts, she sounds like someone with an unhealthy obsession. Kind of like Shiori whenever Mocha is brought up.
リクのドーナツはリクに任せて、私たちは私たちで作りましょうか。
うん、そうしよ
う。いや、冗談だって。一緒に作ろうぜ。さすがに本気だと思ったよ。今正気に戻ったんだよ。
Shiori seems completely oblivious to how much she changes when talking about Mocha. From my perspective, she and Riku are 2 peas in a pod. I set out all the ingredients we need on the kitchen counter, while checking the recipe Riku wrote down for me.
必要な材料はお砂糖、薄力粉、強力粉、ベーキングパウダー。粉系はこんな感じだね。あ、他の材料は。しおり、冷蔵庫を見れる？
はい、失礼します。牛乳と卵ですね。あ、この卵すごく美味しい種類のものですね。
お母さん、そういうとこ気合い入れるから。
カオルのお母さん若いよな。そういやカオルとあんま似てねえって思ったよ。お父さんになのかも。 雰囲気っていうか、まあお父さんも背高かったし。
そうかな。目元はお母さんの面影があるなーって感じました。お母さんも身長が低いわけじゃなさそうだったよ。
そんなことより続き、牛乳も美味しいやつ買ってきてくれてるね。私それ普通に飲むのも好きなんだ。飲んじゃおう。
私も一杯いただいてもいいですか？
オッケー。じゃあ2人ともどうぞ。
サンキュー。あ、バター溶かさねえと
バター溶かすの？直火？
焦げちゃうだろ。レンジでできるんだ。借りるぞ。うわ、すげえいいやつ。
ああ、それは会社でもらったサンプルだって。お父さんそういう商品の開発もやってるみたいだから。
そうなんですか。
へえ、すげえんだな。
ちょっとは珍しいのかもね。でも1階のサラリーマンって言ってたし、普通なんじゃないかな。
I see. I only know the basics of what my parents do for a living. I've never asked them for details, as I'm sure a lot of what they work on is confidential anyways. To be fair, I haven't even held a part-time position in my short life thus far, so I don't have enough context to understand what their jobs are like in the first place.
そういえば2人の親は何してる人なの？
I asked the two of them while measuring out the dry ingredients into a bowl.
父は普通の銀行勤めですよ。
Ah, bank.
なるほど。忙しいって聞いたことある。お客さんとの付き合いとかもあるみたいだし。あ、この卵の色すっごい濃い。
はい、そうみたいです。黄色というより赤いくらいのオレンジで大きいですね。
ね、リクは？
うちはママは主婦でパパは大学の教授やってるよ。あ、じゃあ卵混ぜてもらっていいか？
へえ、すごいね。
I asked her while whisking the ingredients together, and Niku answers somewhat shyly.
だから別にすごいとかじゃねえって。ほ、やっぱ普段から料理やってるからか混ぜるのうまいな。
まだまだ行くよ。リクのお父さん何の科目？
科目ってわけじゃねえと思うぞ。あんま詳しくねえけど世界史系だって言ってたかな。
Oh.
古代ヨーロッパとかなんかそっち系。
Oh, European history, I see.
そうだったんだ。あ、私も混ぜたいです。一回交代しませんか？
オッケー。
あんま話したことなかったな。まあ親の仕事の話ってあんましねえもんな。お、しおりもいい手つき
でしょ？あ、そろそろバター入れてゴムベラに変えた方がいいんじゃないかな。
そうだな。さすがしおり、ドーナツの声が聞こえてる。
What the fuck does that even mean?
聞こえてないけど。
It's just a lump of flour and eggs, I think to myself. Talking about our families together like this is a new experience for me. I generally prefer to avoid any parent-related chit-chat, but I figured I'd have an easier time with the subject while mostly focused on making donuts. We continue taking turns mixing the ingredients together, and it's not long before the dough begins to take shape.
いい感じって言ってるな。じゃあこれで冷蔵庫で一回寝かせるぞ。
Alrighty.
リクには声が聞こえてるんだね。
Maybe this is what they mean when they say top chefs listen to their ingredients. No, probably not. I think she's just overexcited.
どのくらい寝かせるの
？30分くらいだな。じゃあ一回休憩しよっか。
We proceed to wash our hands and remove our aprons. I often heard that baking is a lot more finicky than cooking when it comes to precise measurements and techniques, but so far, making donuts doesn't seem all that difficult. We move to the couch in front of the TV in the living room.
テレビの横の あれスピーカー？そういうのも立派な感じするな。電気製品の会社っていうなら、ああいうのもサンプルでもらえるのか？
うんうん。普段からいろいろもらえるわけじゃないらしいしね。スピーカーとかそういうのはただの趣味。
Ah.
ブルーレイディスクがたくさんありますけれど、映画ですか？
そう。お母さんの好きなアーティストのライブのもあるけど、大体は映画。お父さん映画好きだから。
後でなんか見てもいいか？音響すごそうだし気になるんだよな。
うん。みんなで見るんだったらなんだろう。ホラー映画とか？夏だし。
Oh boy. One of them is more excited than the other.
いや、ホラーはやめねえか？
Girl, it's the middle of the day, you'll be fine.
こういう時わかりやすいのって損だよね。
なんでだよ。ホラー映画見てみたいです。
私あまり映画を見たことがないので、特に怖いものはテレビで放映していてもチャンネルを変えられてしまっていたので。
Ah. Meanwhile, one who has never experienced a horror movie.
こういうこと。
こういうことか。
Rest in pieces, Riku.
ちなみにお父さんに聞けばとびきり怖いのを教えてくれると思う。
Oh my god.
とびきり怖いのですか？
Oh my god.
カオル。
She looks over at me with abject desperation in her eyes. I realize I've gone a few steps past the line of playful teasing.
まあ他の映画もたくさんあるよ。私も見たことないのばっかりだしさ。あ、動画は少ないみたいだけど。
わかりました。無理しない方がいいもんね。
Poor Shiori.
でもしおりが見たいんだよな。だったらほどほどに怖いので勘弁してくれ。
わかった。じゃあ後でお父さんにおすすめ聞いてみる。
I'm feeling a mix of emotions right now. I know that ghosts and zombies aren't real, but sometimes the stuff on the screen is too scary for me to keep my eyes open, so I get it. Just then, I realized we've been talking for half an hour. We all wash our hands once more, don our aprons, and return to the kitchen. I'm not good with horror stuff, especially. Yeah, me
大丈夫そう
neither.
だな。
I do not like horror. As you guys know, when I played Faith, I hate horror. I do not enjoy jump scares. I do not enjoy gore. I like suspense is fine, but like I just don't like I hate jump scares and I hate gore. It's just Outlast stream what no. I will never play Outlast in my life. I'm more okay watching other people play horror games. Even though the jump scares do get to me, it doesn't bother me as much. Playing them myself though is a very different experience, which is why I know I would never want to play Outlast, like a game like Outlast, because I don't think I'd be okay afterwards. Even if I know the entire plot of the story and everything that happens in the game.
こっからどうするの？
生地を小分けにして一個一個の形を作っていくんだよね。
そういうこと。ここからが本番だな。
細く伸ばしてくっつければいいの？
ウロボロスかよ。
ウロボロス？
I remember that term from video games. It's a snake that eats its own tail. Regardless, it's clear that whatever I might have heard about making donuts in passing was wrong.
平たく伸ばして真ん中を型で抜くんですよ。
へえ、ドーナツの穴ってそうやってできてるんだ。
業務用の機械だと丸く出てくるのもあるみたいだけどな。
さすが詳しいね。抜いた部分はどうするの？
丸いドーナツにしてもいいし、くっつけてねじねじのドーナツにしてもいいし、あんドーナツみたいに中に具を入れてもいいな。
あんドーナツ。
Shiori parrots Riku's words as if in a daze. From the melancholy expression on her face, I know exactly who she's thinking about.
思い出？
はい。私の家では父の影響で兄も和菓子が好きだったんです。だからというわけかはわからないんですけれど、二人ともあんドーナツが好きだったなって。
そっか。あんドーナツも美味しいもんな。
あんこがあれば作れるの？缶詰のあんこがあったような。あるね。
じゃあせっかくだし、あんドーナツも作ってみようぜ。
いいの？
もちろん。カオルもいいよな。
あ、思い出の味かもしれないけど、カレー奉行みたいになるのはなしね。
Very dictator.
もう大丈夫ですよ。
And so Riku and I get to work, flattening out the dough and popping out the centers. Shiori gets the bean paste ready. After draining off the excess water from the can, she places a small amount of paste at the center of each donut hole. And around 20 minutes of intense Wow, I can't speak today. After around 20 minutes of intense concentration and a little conversation, we're finally ready to start frying.
よーし、壮観だな。
Dead Space 3. I don't know anything about Dead Space 3, but no. Just no.
頑張ったね。あんドーナツも作らせてくれてありがとうございます。
いい感じ。揚げる前のドーナツってどんな味なんだろう。
Don't, Kaoru.
お腹壊すから食べねえ方がいいぞ。経験だな。
Cake. Of course you have experience in this department.
経験談なんだ。
火の通っていない小麦粉は消化に良くないですからね。
Yeah.
よーし、じゃああげようぜ。こっからは特に対話が大事だからな。耳を澄ませとけよ。
What does chicken meat taste like when raw broken zero? Oh god.
はいはい。
We switch on one of the burners and begin heating up the oil. Riku uses a thermometer when it reaches the proper temperature.
待ってる間、ちょっと片付けしよっか。
わかりました。
Riku's focused intently on the oil, so Shiori and I start wiping off the kitchen counter. Baking pastries is a messy business, what with the flour ending up everywhere and the need for so many different ingredients. As I'm cleaning up and thinking to myself, I suddenly hear a loud clang from Shiori's direction.
Oh.
It looks like Shiori must have accidentally hit the open can of red bean paste while putting away some chopsticks. The can has been knocked off balance and is about to fall off the edge of the counter. At the same exact moment, Riku drops the first donut into the oil. I reach out for the can a moment too late as it falls, spraying bean juice in Shiori's direction. Fortunately, she's wearing an apron, so her clothes won't get dirty. Wait, what's she doing? Girl! Fearing for Mocha's purity, Shiori flips up her apron and the bean juice splatters all over her clothes. Girl! An apron's an apron, what are you doing? Oh god.
ごめんなさい。
She sounds clearly depressed as we enter my room. I've already tossed her clothes into the washing machine and put it on the delicate cycle, while Shiori huddles in a towel that's wrapped around her body like a blanket.
まあ私たちは迷惑とかないからいいけど、しおりにドンマイとも言いにくいっていうか、
だって牛も茶が汚れるのは嫌だったんです。牛も茶を守れたからよかったんです。
Oh.
いや、それじゃエプロンの意味ねえんじゃねえか。
ほんとそうだよね。すぐ洗ったからシミにはならないと思うけど。
ありがとうございます。
で、いつまでもそれってわけにはいかねえだろ。服着ねえとさ。カオル、なんか服貸してあげてくんねえか。
いいよ。
Yeah.
お願いします。
Her underwear is fine, but it's still too early for her to change into pajamas, so after her bath, I decide to lend her some of my normal clothes. I pick out several pieces from my closet. I can tell Shiori doesn't want me to see her I can tell Shiori doesn't want me to see her in just her underwear, so I turn around while I wait for her to change.
できました。
Damn! Wait, hold on. Sheesh! Very nice.
おー、いいね。こっち系も似合うんだ。
かわいい。
ありがとうございます。でもこのお洋服、おへそが。
Girl, you look good in it.
せっかくだし、写真撮っておこっか。
Picture.
いいですけど、絶対どこかにアップしないでください。
We're uploading it to the internet immediately.
かわいい。
そっか、あんまりおへそは出したくないかな。じゃあ。
Oh boy, do we get to see her in all sorts of clothes now? Yes.
できました。ですけど。
Oh, she looks good in that top too. And that skirt, oh, it looks so good.
いいね。こういう服としおりの長い黒髪とのギャップも意外性があって可愛いよ。
かわいい。
Riku's brain is exploding.
褒めてもらえるのは嬉しいんですけど、今度はおへそだけじゃなくて肩も出てます。
両方出しちゃえば逆に気にならないかなって。
Let's confuse me.
逆でもなんでもないですよ。
あとは前が出てるのが恥ずかしいなら背中がガバって開いてるコーデもあるけど。
その出さない方向でお願いしたいのですけど。
そう？せっかくだしって思ったけど、部屋着にしてる T シャツ出そっか。
それでお願いします。
かわいい。
Riku.
でもこっちも写真撮ってからね。
Oh, she looks so troubled. The clothes look so good on her that it's kind of a shame she has to change out of them. Considering how Riku keeps repeating the same compliments, I make a mental note to send her the photos later. I take out a t-shirt and shorts from my closet and hand them to Shiori.
よーし。じゃあドーナツ食べに行こうぜ。
Ah, there she. Oh, nice little sunflower t-shirt. Very nice.
夕飯もあるんだからほどほどにね。
4つくらいにしておけば大丈夫でしょうか。
4.
そうだな。カオルのお母さんたちお肉買ってきてくれるって言ってたしな。
お肉。じゃあドーナツは3つにしておこうね。
I refrain from questioning their donut-related life choices and return to the living room. (8:18 p.m.)
は お腹いっぱいだな。ごちそうさまでした。お肉をたくさん食べて幸せです。ありがとうございました。ごちそうさまでした。
The five of us, including my mom and dad, ate dinner together. We had yakiniku cooked on a hot plate. Ooh, yakiniku. Oh, that sounds so good, man. I've had yakiniku in Japan and it was fantastic. Oh. They bought quite a lot of meat after I warned them of Shiori's large appetite, and yet she still somehow managed to devour it all.
おそ松様、かおちゃん小食だから私もたくさん食べてもらって嬉しいな。
うん。
俺たちは自分の部屋にいるからリビングも自由に使っていいからな。
お父さん、おすすめの映画ある？ホラーで怖すぎないやつ。
映画見るんだな。待ってろ、あるぞあるぞ。こういう時にぴったりのホラー映画。
Oh boy.
楽しみです。本当、お手柔らかにお願いします。
He's a little more energetic than usual, probably due to having drunk some alcohol at dinner. After clearing the table and washing the dishes, we all take a shower one after the other. I'm so glad to have a fairly inexpensive Japanese place nearby with an assorted yakiniku thing that I can go to regularly. Ah, that's nice. There aren't really good Japanese restaurants near where I am. The Ring. Oh my god. Then, after changing into our pajamas, we reconvene in the living room. Okay, yeah. I'm wearing the kiwi fruit pajamas I bought with Shiori. I suddenly realized it's been 2 weeks since that shopping trip. A lot's happened in those 2 weeks, and I'm sure a lot still lies in store. My days feel far more packed with activity and excitement compared to how they used to be.
どう？似合ってる？
Oh, they all look very cute. And of course, Riku wearing the hoodie makes sense. I like the little triangle designs. The kiwis are very nice. And of course, Shiori with her Mocha the cow. Ushimocha goods.
はい、とっても爽やかです。しおりの牛柄のも可愛いな。これ牛もちゃとのコラボなんだっけ？そうだよ。ほら見て、ここの牛もちゃゴロ寝してて可愛いの。
うん。やっぱ似合ってる。
私が自分で選んだんですよね。
うん。やっぱピンクの方が似合いそう。
本当ですか？
だって今みたいに笑ってくれるからさ。
ありがとうございます。なんだその感じ。しおり、私のはどうだ？結局私のパジャマ買うのにも付き合ってもらっただろ。
Ah.
リクのパジャマもすごく似合ってるよ。
Aw.
ただリクのは試着してるとこ見ちゃったからな。
Yeah, that happened a little while ago. After Riku found out Shiori and I had bought pajamas together, we all ended up going back to the same store so she wouldn't feel left out. The mocha pajamas were already sold out at that point, reaffirming the cow cult's popularity. Yeah, the cow's cult-like popularity. We went home immediately after, but we still had a fun time.
で、本当に見るんだよな、ホラー映画。ドーナツ用意すればいけるかな。
May donuts protect you.
じゃあ私飲み物取ってくるから、しおりはこのディスクを入れて待っててもらえる？
わかりました。
As I return with drinks in hand, Shiori slips the movie that my dad picked out for us into the player.
しおりに怖がってるとこ見られるのは恥ずかしいから、カオルが真ん中な。
I nod to Riku's whispered request, sitting down next to Shiori. Riku proceeds to sit on the other side of me. Aww.
始まる。
Oh, this is great. Shiori looks so unbothered. Kaoru is just little blank faced. Poor Riku. Girl needs help.
ちなみにどんな映画なんでしょうか。
森の奥の洋館で主人公がいろんな恐怖体験をするスタンダードなホラー映画。
Ah.
私も見たことあるけど、ヒヤッとする幽霊っぽい怖さもあるし、血がブシャーって出るグロテスクな怖さもあるしで、一本で二度お得な映画だよ。
Perfect.
通販番組みたいに言うなよ。
Oh, poor Riku.
さあ始まるよ。あ、電気消さないと。
Oh. We haven't even gotten past the opening credits, and Riku has already has a death grip on me. Shiori, on the other hand, is leaning forward, completely engrossed in the movie. Girl.
おお、なるほど。
Of course she's unbothered.
ふむふむ。
As the story continues, the contrast between Riku's and Shiori's reactions is enough to make me feel dizzy. I'm staying fairly silent myself, but I have to admit, the movie is pretty scary. My dad's numb to it after seeing so many scary movies, and my own perception is skewed from watching stuff with him since I was young. With that said, it's not just a mindless horror movie. The story is interesting, and the ending is pretty good. Of course, like a lot of horror movies, there's a mean stinger at the very end.
今どのくらいなんだ。
半分ちょっとかな。
やばいって。そっち行くなって空気読めて。あ、絶対来る。なんか来る。リク、静かに集中しよう。
Shiori, shut the fuck up and try to watch this movie. We're approaching the climax at the end of the movie. Shiori is sitting on the edge of her seat, completely immersed in the plot, while Riku is sporting a 1,000-yard stare. In this scene, the protagonist is going to rescue his girlfriend from the menacing ghost. It turns out the ghost was the protagonist's dad the whole time. The father's ghost comes from a future where his son dies. Knowing that the son's death is imminent due to the presence of his girlfriend, the dad crosses time itself in order to try to save him, but is ultimately unable to do so. After countless unsuccessful attempts, his soul is worn down until he turns into an evil spirit. The protagonist was locked out of the house in order to keep him separated from his girlfriend so that he wouldn't die. In the end, the protagonist says goodbye to his father and faces an unknown future. He accepts his fate because his loved ones will be there with him. He would do anything for love, even if he might very well die tomorrow. After all that, the two of them escape the haunted house only to die an absurd death in the final scene. Well, horror movies aren't meant to leave you feeling good, I guess. That aside, I felt the part where the protagonist stands up to his father and makes the decision to part ways was pretty touching. Aw, poor Riku. As further proof, even Riku eventually got drawn into the plot, sniffing sadly while watching. Shiori, on the other hand. She's just staring intently at the screen without saying a word.
「怖かった」「どこがそれなりに怖いだよ。めちゃくちゃ怖いじゃんか。」そうですね。いろんな怖いシーンがたくさんあって楽しかったです。全然怖そうじゃねえじゃん。
結構久しぶりに見たな。面白かった。
カオルはカオルで慣れすぎなんだよ。
リクはリクでずっと泣いてたね。特に最後。
最後の最後にまた怖いの来るとは思わねえだろ。いい話かと思って油断してたんだよ。わからないですよね。
Shiori says quietly, as if talking to herself. Perhaps due to noticing our puzzled expression, she continues.
何が正しかったんでしょうか。
Ah.
いえ、この場合主人公は最後に死んでしまう。だったら洋館の中に居続けた方が幸せだったのかもしれない。お父さんが正しいのかもしれないと思ったんです。恋人だけを返して自分だけが残る選択をしていたら、いえ、監督さんが決めたストーリーなんですから、他の可能性を考えても仕方ないですよね。とにかくすごく楽しかったです。
ならよかった。
もう難しいことわかんねえよ。もう寝ようぜ。あのシーンとかあいつのシーンとか夢に出てきそうだ。
リク、ドーナツ食べたんだから歯磨きしないとダメだよ。
はーい。
This movie has made me wonder about the same question as Shiori myself. Though my own conclusion is the same as hers, there's probably no right answer. The director wanted to make a horror movie that leaves the viewer feeling uneasy. So, if so, then they succeeded, and very much so, even if I still think the epilogue sucks. "12:33 a.m. Kaoru's room. Now that the movie is over, we all brush our teeth, chat a little, and then quickly go to bed. The plan was for each of us to sleep in our individual futons that I spread out on the floor in my room, but after turning the lights out..."
怖くて寝れねえ。めっちゃ思い出す。話してたらまた怖くなってきた。
Oh, poor Riku.
カオル、また真ん中になってくんねえか。
Which is how the three of us ended up squished into 2 futons.
お家じゃないところで寝るのはすごく新鮮です。
しおり、枕変わると眠れないタイプ？
どうでしょう。それさえもまだわからないので、今夜次第ですね。
Ah.
私はそれどころじゃねえよ。
よしよし。
子守歌歌おうか。
そうじゃねえって。ちょっと聞いてみてえけど。
坊や、良い子だねんねしなーって。リクは坊やじゃないよね。
だからいいって。
なんかさ、楽しかったね、今日。私の家なのにこんな賑やかなのって新鮮だった。
Yeah, Shiori has not had a sleepover. This is her first one.
はい、とっても。お菓子作りも映画を見るのもお泊まりもたくさんできましたね。
やっぱ思い出しちまうよ。
As we continue talking together, I find myself naturally growing drowsier. My thoughts grow hazy and unfocused as I slowly drift off to sleep. "2:15 a.m. I must have fallen asleep at some point, though my mind already feels wide awake. It's pretty humid today, I think idly to myself, which is when I notice the sound of rain. Come to think of it, I vaguely remember Riku mentioning it was supposed to rain today when we met up at the station yesterday. Speaking of Riku, she's currently sound asleep next to me. Despite her terror the night before, she's currently sleeping peacefully, looking as adorable as a child. Maybe Shiori's lullaby was effective on her after all. As I take in my surroundings, I suddenly realize that Shiori is no longer on this other side of me.
立花さん起きちゃったんですね。
しおりこそ
Hold on, let me... Shiori has gotten up from her futon and is now sitting on my bed. She's watching the rain through my bedroom window.
雨どんどん強くなっているみたいです。
そうなんだってずっと起きてたの？
はい、なぜか眠れなくて。
Ah.
やっぱしおり枕が変わると眠れないタイプだった？
いえ、お布団の寝心地が悪いとか枕が合わないとかそういうことじゃないんです。ちょっとドキドキしてしまったというか自分でもわからないんですけれど。
なんだろう、楽しかったから興奮しちゃった？子供みたい。私が子守歌歌おうか？
もうからかわないでください。
じゃあ隣に。私もすっかり目が冴えちゃった。
どうぞ。
Oh? I get up as quietly as possible so as to not wake Riku before sitting on the edge of my bed. I can hear the rain better once I'm closer to the window. It's pouring down in buckets, and from time to time, I can hear the distant rumble of thunder. I glance over at the clock and see it's just past 2 in the morning.
すっかり牛蜜時だね。
牛もちゃんみたいですね。
そうかな。
牛もちゃ時なら可愛いんですけれど牛蜜時だったら幽霊が出る時間でしたっけ？
Ah.
あんま詳しくないけど陰の気が強くなるとかなんかそんな感じだったっけ？でもしおりはそういうの怖くないんじゃないの？
そうですね。怖いことだっていうのは理解できるんですけれど興味深いが勝ってしまうというか。
Ah. I wonder if there's anything she's afraid of, but before I can ask, the room is briefly illuminated by a flash of light. An angry roar echoes loudly less than 2 seconds later. It doesn't take me long to realize it's thunder.
Oh.
Ah. Oh, Shiori. Shiori, it'll be okay. Shiori grabs onto me about the same time as the thunder roars out. The force of her momentum sends us both sprawling backwards onto the bed.
お布団隠れないと。
もう大丈夫。
The crack of thunder fills the room again, and her grip on my body tightens. Well, I wanted to know what Shiori was scared of, but I wasn't expecting to find out like this.
ごめんなさい。
Aw, it's okay.
全然大丈夫。雷怖いんだね。
はい、小さい頃からすごく苦手なんです。音なのか光なのかわからないんですけどとにかく本能的に怖くって。
Aw, it's okay.
そっか。 うしてるとちょっと落ち着く？
はい。
She managed to let go of my arm, but she's still leaning against me. Her body feels pretty cold for a midsummer night, perhaps due to sitting in front of the air conditioning after getting out of her futon.
お兄ちゃんがいなくなってからもっと怖くなってしまったんです。お父さんは帰りが遅い日ばかりでしたので、雷が鳴るときはずっと一人で、音が聞こえないようにお布団の中でぬいぐるみをギュッとして耐えていました。お兄ちゃんがいなくなってしまった日も雷が鳴っていて、私はずっと一人で家にいました。
Yeah, that would do it. Shiori is trembling faintly as she speaks. I slowly draw her closer to me. I get the feeling she doesn't want to say any more right now. Thunder still booms out, and the rain sounds heavier than before. Feeling her body heat reminds me of something.
うちは幸せだったのかも。少なくとも家に誰もいない時間は少なかった。お母さんは私が生まれた頃に会社を辞めて、中学に入るまでは働いてなかったし、二人とも早く仕事から帰ってくる日がほとんどだった。少なくともお母さんは夕飯の時間には家にいてくれた。なんか今さら自分のことがダサいって思えてきた。意地張ってわがままばっかで不幸だって思い込んで。
幸せかどうかは自分で決めることだと思いますよ。だって私はお母さんもお兄ちゃんも亡くなってしまいましたけれど、不幸だと思ったことはありません。お父さんがいますし、それは大変なことも多かったのは事実ですけれど、不幸とはまたちょっと違います。お兄ちゃんを忘れるための思い出の血巡りも楽しい思い出を増やすって考えもあるって言ってくれたのは立花さんじゃありませんか。
そうだった。ごめんね、勝手に幸せじゃないとか決めつけて。
反省してください。
And with that, she squeezes my hand in hers. Just like always, I can't help but notice how warm it feels. As if in response to her warmth, I close my eyes and begin speaking again.
私がさ、先生と初めて会った日、
Ah,
家出した日、なんで喧嘩したか話したことあったっけ？
I already know what her answer will be, but if I'm going to get this story out, I need to take baby steps. I don't exactly want to talk about it, but I want her to listen, and I want to get it out. I'm aware of how contradictory that sounds, but it doesn't matter. She gives me a quiet no in response.
しおりには知ってほしいと思った。私のこと。リクは寝ちゃってるけど、今を逃したらもう話せないかもしれないから、私だから聞いてもらってもいい？
はい、もちろんです。ゆっくりでいいですから。
Oh boy. Shiori will see my parents in the morning, so maybe it'd be easier if she didn't know what I'm about to tell her. But a part of me knows that if I don't get this out now, if I don't get it out now, I never will. Right now, on this night, is the only time I can talk about it.
私ね、お父さんと血がつながっていないんだ。
Oh.
再婚とかそういうのじゃない。お母さんが
The words catch in my throat and I can't seem to get them out. Shiori simply squeezes my hand silently. I take a deep breath and center myself before continuing.
お母さんがお父さんと結婚している時期に他の男の人とそれが私なんだ
Oh. Oh.
中学3年生の時見ちゃったんだ DNA の鑑定結果なんで捨ててなかったのか私には分からないお父さんは血がつながってなくても本当の娘だって言ってくれてそこに嘘はなかったけどきっと心のどこかに引っかかる何かがあったからその書類を捨てられなかったんだと思う私が4歳の頃ずっと2人目ができなくてお父さんは自分の体を調べたら子供ができる確率が限りなく低い体質だってことが分かったずっと私の容姿が自分と似てないと思っていたかどうかは知らないでもきっと予感みたいなものがあったんだと思うそれで DNA 鑑定
I cut her off. Hold on.
ずっと私の容姿が自分と似てないと思っていたかどうかは知らないでもきっと予感みたいなものがあったんだと思うそれで DNA 鑑定をしたって言ってた
Of course, I don't remember it actually happening. There must have been squabbles here and there, but I don't remember my parents engaging in a serious fight even once in my entire life. They did a pretty good job. They managed to bury everything in order to keep from scarring me. I sometimes wonder if I would have been better off if I'd never found out, if I would be happier now.
私がお父さんと血がつながってないって知った時自分の気持ちがわからなくなった私に向けられた笑顔は嘘だったのかとか私がいるからお父さんは離婚しなかったのかとかも頭をぐるぐるして家が自分の居場所じゃなくなった気がしたそれで家でしたそこからは話した通り
Sensei found me curled up somewhere on the streets of Yokohama. In the week I stayed at her home, I fell in love with her. She insisted it wasn't really love. Then the cops found me, and I was transferred to a different school. I ran into her again after entering high school, and I realized I was still in love with her. Whatever we had between us continued until the night I ran into Shiori, when Sensei dumped me again.
だから私は両親が苦手で距離を取ってたしおりと出会うまではそれで一段落ついたって思ってた
We love existential crises that happen during the most vulnerable stages of human development. Yeah. In hindsight, I should have noticed the difference in the eye pattern and color and hair. Well, it's like... It's hard to say because there's also like the anime thing where it's like the children look nothing like the anime stylizations where the children and the parents look nothing alike. But in this case, there's actually a reason. That would be hard to hear as a kid. And speaking the truth, though, it's more than just that. I think my mom is a disgrace to her family, and I'm ashamed and frustrated that my dad could somehow excuse what she did. But precisely because of all of that,
しおりの話を聞いてたら私は恵まれてるなって思った。だってさ、二人とも生きてるし、お父さんもお母さんも優しいし、お金もそこそこ持ってるし、お小遣いくれるし、やっぱ全然不幸じゃないよね、私。なんでこんなに恵まれてるのにそう思えないんだろう。嫌だな、こんな時間。ごめんね、変な話しちゃって。
girl, no, it's okay to feel resentful. I can't bring myself to say anything else. The rain doesn't sound like it's going to let up anytime soon. The sound of the rain drowns out the beating of my heart.
私は立花さんの話聞けてよかったです。それに幸せって思うことと不幸って思うこと、いろんな気持ちが全部共存してていいと思います。どっちかに決めるんじゃなくて、どっちも本当なんだと思います。立花さんの痛みは立花さんだけのものですから。
Yeah. She then falls silent and hugs me tightly. I feel like I'm about to start crying again, but no tears come out. I realize something. Until now, it felt like the events that transpired took place practically yesterday, but a lot of time has passed since then. And yet, the emptiness I felt when I learned the truth lingers to this day, unable to be so easily filled.
立花さん。
何？
立花さんの居場所、ここにちゃんとありますよ。
I look over at her. She's smiling at me gently. She has an expression so different from any I've seen on her face thus far, and at that moment,
いや、その。
どうかしましたか？
I feel myself blushing and immediately look away. I become hyper-focused on the weight of her body against mine, and my skin feels so hot it could burst into flame. I'm suddenly ridiculously self-conscious. The thunder rumbles through the room again, and she clings desperately to me in response. Meanwhile, Niku's awake and listening to everything. Oh, God. That would be one way to get informed. My entire body stiffens, unable to handle the overwhelming heat, and I find myself unable to hug her back.
キュッとしてもらえませんか？
いや、その。ちょっと待って。
What's wrong with me? Why do I feel so weird? Unsure of what's happening to me, I sit back up. A downcast expression briefly crosses her face as she presses her trembling body against mine. In an effort to hide my discomfort and how fiercely I'm blushing, I call out to Riku, who's been dead asleep for quite some time.
リク、起きてるよね。
Girl. Girl.
笑わせに来てる。
リク？
そうだよ、起きてたよ。あんな話をしてたんだから邪魔するわけにはいかねえだろ。
Like I said, that's one way to hear shit. What can I say? I wrote the script. You know what? I'm kind of glad they did it like this because
リクが起きてたこと気づいてたよ。
Ah.
リクにも聞いてほしいって思ったからそのまま話した。
そうなのか。
She slowly sits up. It's only 3 in the morning, still way too early for us to be up, and yet here we are wide awake.
事情も知らず似てるとか言ってごめん。
It's alright.
謝らないでいいよ。実際表情とか細かい仕草とか似てるって思う。後天的なものあるんだと思う。
それは
それにさ、別に今だってお父さんもお母さんも苦手なのは変わってないけどさ、家族だってことにはもう諦めがついてるんだ。
諦めなのか。家族って諦めてなるものなのか。
リク、私はちょっとだけわかるな。立花さんの言ってる子。
Sorry, I'm eating a snack. But before Shiori can say anything more in that ethereal tone of voice, another peal of thunder rings out, this time much closer and much louder. Shiori immediately hops off the bed like a frog, diving towards us. The force of her momentum sends me and Riku sprawling backwards onto the futon.
しおり近いって。雷近かったよ。
The thunder continues for a little while longer. Seeing how scared Shiori is at each thunderclap, we decide to huddle together to help her feel safe. By the time the sound of the thunder lessens to a distant rumble, the sleepiness that had fled earlier is back with a vengeance. The only thing that follows me down into my slumber is the sensation of Shiori's body heat pressed against my back. (5:52, 6:52 a.m.) I feel strangely refreshed for someone who woke up at such an odd hour of the night. I still clearly remember what Chiori told me and what I said to her. I learned that Chiori's fear of thunder originated from a storm the day her brother died. And I told her about my discovery of my mom's affair and how I'm not my dad's biological child.
まあいっか。なんかすっきりしたし。
The rain has long since stopped, and I can see the patches of blue sky through the gaps in my curtain. Both Shiori and Riku are still sound asleep. I have no idea when they'll wake up, but it doesn't look like it'll be anytime soon. With that in mind, I head into the living room. (7:30 a.m.) I pour some olive oil into a frying pan and turn on one of the burners. Then I get some eggs from the fridge and check to see if the pan is hot enough yet, using the back of my hand to gauge the temperature by hovering it above the pan. I turn the heat down to medium-low before cracking an egg open. As the plump egg hits the pan, the edges make a soft sizzling sound. Once the white begins to firm up, I add a little bit of water, covering the pan with a lid, and turn up the heat to medium.
よし。じゃあパンも焼いてっと。
立花さん、おはようございます。
Oh, Ohio. Shiori walks in just as I get the bread into the toaster and turn the dial. With her eyelids only half open, she still looks pretty sleepy.
しおり。おはよう。
Oh. Something is starting. When our eyes meet, everything that happened last night springs to mind. Remembering how she clung to me in fear of the thunder after we talked leaves me feeling an ineffable sense of self-consciousness. With my cheeks suddenly blazing with heat, I turned my face towards the frying pan.
思ったより早かったね、起きるの。
お腹が空いてしまって。
そうなんだ。相変わらずだね。ちょうどよかった。もうすぐ朝ごはんだから顔洗ってきな。
はーい。
With a big yawn, she shuffles over to the bathroom. I've never seen Shiori so lethargic before. Thanks to how out of it she is, it seems my momentary agitation went completely unnoticed.
そろそろかな。
I remove the lid and turn the heat up. I wait for the water to evaporate and carefully transfer the egg to a plate. Then I put knowing Shiori's appetite, 3 slices of bacon into the pan and turn the heat down. As I'm placing some sliced tomatoes and red leaf lettuce on the plate with the egg, the toast pops up. I add a pat of butter to the slice, snuggle the crispy bacon up next to the fried egg, and Shiori's hearty breakfast plate is now complete. Shiori returns from the bathroom and I motion her over to the kitchen table.
おかえり。リクはまだ寝てる？
はい。しばらくは起きないかもしれません。
Shiori ended up sandwiched between me and Riku, so Riku might have had a hard time falling back asleep last night. Keeping that little tidbit of information to myself, I carry Shiori's plate over to her.
はい、どうぞ。私の分はこれから作るから、冷めないうちに食べちゃって。
ありがとうございます。ではお言葉に甘えて。
With her face washed, she's back to her usual self. Seeing breakfast set out before her reminds me of something.
美味しいです。盛り付けもすごく綺麗。
お世辞どうも。しおりの方が料理上手だと思うけど。
お世辞じゃないですよ。私の作る目玉焼きよりもちょっと半熟なんですけれど、ベーコンと絡むとちょうどいい塩気で朝から食が進んじゃいます。
なにその食レポ。でもよかった。最初に作った時はさ、食べてもらった人にスクランブルエッグなんて笑われちゃったけど、我ながらずいぶんうまくなったって思うよ。
聞かなくても誰のことかわかりますから、その話はいいです。
I'd meant for my story to come off as funny, but she actually sounds somewhat upset. I won't pry into why she reacted that way, though.
その下月先生にも朝ごはんを作ってもらったんですか？
ああ、うん。そうだね。
I'd be so nervous trying to cook food for someone else. I'd have to refine my skills more by a lot. I'm pretty comfortable cooking for others. Back when I was in uni, I cooked for my dorm mates many times, and they did enjoy my cooking, so I'm pretty confident. I'm confident in my skills, at the very least.
では、立花さんはもうちょっと待っててください。
Oh?
どうして？
今日の朝ごはんは私に作らせてください。
うん、お願い。
任せてください。
She makes that announcement, beaming from ear to ear before savoring every morsel of the breakfast I made for her. Nothing I made was especially difficult or time-consuming, and yet seeing that look of enjoyment on her face gives me an odd sense of satisfaction that's different from going shopping or playing games. It's like my heart is being filled up.
どうしてそんなにじっと見ているんですか？
Okay, but who's gonna cook for Eriku? What the fuck? Someone will. One of them will.
いやー、ほら。
She looks at me quizzically, her cheeks stuffed full of food.
食べてる姿、可愛いなって。
Aww.
もう言うならもっとさりげなく言ってください。こちらを見つめながら言われたら恥ずかしいです。
だって本当だもん。もっと言おうか？
やめてください。はい、ごちそうさまでした。美味しかったです。 じゃあ私の番ですね。
She stands up and heads to the kitchen counter. She asks for permission to browse through the fridge, and I tell her to go ahead, mentioning my mom already gave us the run of the place. While Shiori is busy making my breakfast, Riku wakes up.
おはよう。で、二人とも起きてたのかよ。
Yeah. Riku is visibly exhausted from a lack of sleep this morning, just like I thought she'd be. My parents wake up shortly after, and in the end, Shiori somehow gets conscripted into making breakfast for all of us. Only my mom seems to be feeling lively this morning. I'm a little bit frustrated about how things have turned out, well, though it's also kind of funny. I may not be the only person who gets to eat Shiori's cooking, but I am the only one who got to make her breakfast. It's not really a big deal, and yet the memory of doing that takes up a special place in my heart. Girl. Oh, the Yuri is developing very nicely. 1:32 p.m. After eating breakfast, I hang out with Shiori and Riku for a bit. We watch some television, check out some videos online, and chat about nothing in particular as we enjoy our day off. My dad drives out to bring back hamburgers for lunch, and everyone happily snaps them up. As I'm starting to feel drowsy after lunch, Riku and Shiori decide to head home.
この2日間どうもお世話になりました。ありがとうございます。
Ah, they got their other clothes on.
ありがとうございました。 いいえ、私も楽しませてもらったし、何よりかおちゃんのお友達に会えて嬉しかったもの。またぜひ遊びに来てね。
ぜひ。
うっす。
ああ、そうそう。このドーナツどうする？まだいくつか残っているみたいだけど、お家の人にお土産にするかい？
あ、それは。
Before Riku can finish, Shiori opens her mouth to speak.
あんドーナツを一つ持って帰ってみます。1日経ってしまいましたけれど、家で温め直せば大丈夫です。
しおり、それってお父さんにか？
はい。喜んでもらえるかはわからないけど、でも喜んでもらえたら嬉しいし、こういう機会はめったにないからね。
いや、お父さんは喜んでくれるんじゃないかな。娘の作ったお菓子なんだしさ。
お父さんこっそり1個食べたの知ってるからね。いいけどさ。
そうなの？私だって我慢してたのに。ねえみんな、私も一つもらっていい？もちろんっす。な、しおり。
Oh.
しおり？
ごめんなさい。ちょっとぼーっとしてしまいました。もちろん食べてください。
ありがとう。じゃあお言葉に甘えて一つは私の。
Oh, Riku ends up taking the rest of the donuts home with her, as I expected. After they gather up their clothing from the day before, pack their bags, and make sure they haven't forgotten anything, we get ready to head to my dad's car so he can drive them back to the station.
よーし、大丈夫そうだね。じゃ、行こうか。
じゃあ気をつけてね。どうしよう、今家を出たってお家の方に連絡した方がいいかな。お預かりしましたよってお礼も。
やめてください。
Oh. Shiori speaks loudly and firmly, as if trying to talk over my mom's overexcited babbling. Her words leave a chill in the air for a moment, but Shiori immediately follows up.
すみません。大丈夫ですって言いたかっただけですので、ちゃんと自分で連絡しますから。
そうだよ、小学生じゃないんだからさ。これくらい普通ね、リク。
Maybe the talk from last night is still echoing in her head.
そうだな。
カオルの言う通りだから心配しなくていいよ、お母さん。 それに俺がしっかり駅まで送り届けるよ。
そうね。ちょっと心配しすぎちゃったかしら。
Midriff spotted neurons activated.
そうそう。じゃあ行こう。
Yes. Kaoru is very fashionable. They're all very fashionable.
お邪魔しました。
お邪魔しました。
また来てね。
We troop out of the condo before taking the elevator down to the parking garage. Then we hop into my dad's beloved car made by a Swedish company called something starting with an S, and off we go. We all excitedly talk about the sleepover on the ride over, and once we arrive at the station, Shiori and Riku get out. (7:10 p.m. Tachibana home living room. With them gone, I find myself feeling somewhat lonely sitting at the kitchen table for dinner. My parents have always talked a lot over dinner, and I think I used to as well, at least until I found out about the affair. Though I've noticed I've become way more talkative in the 2 weeks since I ran into Shiori for the first time.
かおちゃんのお友達、可愛かったね。仲も良さそうだし。
そうだったなあ。どうなんだ、みんな彼氏とかいるのか？
I'm sorry to say, father, but your daughter ain't straight.
キモいから聞かないで。
聞かないで。
真似しないで。
Embarrassed at my instinctive response, I shove the remaining rice from my bowl into my mouth.
ごちそうさま。
I hastily gulp down the rest of my food before leaving my plate and utensils on the kitchen counter. Then I sit down on the couch before turning on the TV. I rarely think about my mom's affair or how I'm not my dad's biological kid. I mentioned it to Shiori and Iriku, but I'm sure even they're aware that I consider everything that happened to be in the past tense. Actually, it was only last night that I finally felt like I could put everything behind me. It was the first time I told anyone other than Sensei about all that.
私ドーナツ食べよう。コーヒー入れようかな。
俺ももう一個もらっとけばよかったな。
調子に乗らなくて正解だったと思うよ。りくちゃん、ドーナツを見る時の目つきはなんか違ったし。
それもそうだな。じゃ、コーヒーは俺が入れるよ。
Why is that always a question when it comes to girls and rarely, almost never boys, man? Yeah. Who knows? It's freaking norms of society or whatever. I don't know.
本当？じゃあ、ドーナツ半分こしようね。
焼くとく焼くとく。カオルもコーヒー飲むか？
うん。お砂糖と牛乳入れて。
よし、じゃあ今日はとっておきのブルーマウンテンにしようか。
なら、カップもしまってあるのを出そうかな。
いいそういう風にするならいらないから。普通でいいから。私の中で何かが過去になったから今こうしていられるのかな。
Maybe. I end up hanging out in the living room for a while until it's time for my bath. I guess I can say I've had my first real sleepover now. Savoring the joy from the past couple of days with the sweet cafe au lait in hand isn't such a bad way to pass the time. Cleared Chapter 6.
赤い実弾けた。
I wake up to the sound of my alarm. This is a pretty rare occurrence. Most of the time I manage to wake up before my alarm goes off. With that said, it's still only 6 in the morning. Maybe I should try to sleep for a little longer since I'm up earlier than usual. As I'm considering it, I get a text notification on my phone.
今日は立花さんが日直の日ですよ。ちゃんと起きていますか？
ああ、そうだった。
In the excitement of our sleepover, not only did I lose track of time, but I also completely forgot that I have to come to school early. I'm assuming I set my alarm on Friday knowing this might happen, so good job past me. But as far as I'm aware, Shiori isn't on duty, so why did she text me? I ask her and get a response right away.
妙に目が冴えてしまったので、早く出るのもいいかなって思ったんです。
Ah. From what I witnessed in the aftermath of our sleepover, Shiori is definitely not a morning person, but I guess she's still hyped up from all the fun we had.
じゃあ、私もすぐ行くよ。
I wonder what expression she has on her face while reading my texts. I can't see it through my phone screen, but I'll be able to once I get to school. Glancing at the mocha sticker she sent me, I nod to myself.
変だな。学校、楽しみになってる。
Tomorrow begins the countdown to our finals, which start next week. It's usually a pretty depressing time, but for some reason, I feel oddly buoyant as I change into my school uniform. Ultra Instinct, waking up literally less than a minute before your alarm goes off. Yeah, I usually wake up before my alarm, especially if I instinctually know I have an alarm set. I will wake up before it. I arrive at school more than 40 minutes before the start of classes. I'm not the first person to arrive, as evidenced by the stuff left behind by kids who stopped by briefly on their way to morning practice, but it's just me and one other person here right now.
おはようございます。
Minagi Shiori, who was looking out the window, turns to greet me. Her long black hair swings pleasantly around her shoulders, bathed in the rays of the morning sun. She's squinting her large eyes slightly due to the harsh glare of the overhead lights.
おはよう。
I return her greeting and she smiles at me quietly. Seeing her smile like that makes me feel an urge to look away. It's somehow embarrassing.
リクはもう来てるんだね。
はい、朝練に行っていますね。試験期間なので部活は今日までのようですけれど、朝練はしばらくあるそうです。
そっか、体が完全になまっちゃうと再開した時に怪我しちゃうもんね。
There are a couple of things I need to do as part of my classroom duties. Stuff like erasing the board before class starts, changing the water in the flower vase, printing handouts, writing in the classroom journal. The team generally consists of one boy and one girl, though instead of working together, they usually divvy up the tasks. I figured I'd take over the morning duties in exchange for having my partner erase the board between periods during the day.
金曜日誰か落書きしたな、これ。
I say to myself while erasing the board. A lot of kids use the blackboard after school and don't bother to clean up. The art is of an anime character I'm not familiar with, but the students' technique is pretty solid. I guess that's why they didn't want to erase
消
it.
すのもったいないのは後の人も同じなんだから消してってほしいよね。
そうですね。手伝います。
We stand next to each other, wiping down the board.
届かないです。
I stand there and watch Shiori bounce up and down as she tries to reach the top of the drawing. It's difficult to do anything precise while jumping, and in fact, all she's able to manage is a useless slap to the board at the height of her arc.
ありがとね。
ああ、そんな簡単に。
It's easy enough for me to reach the spot she can't, being about 10 centimeters taller than her. She looks so cute with her cheeks puffed out in annoyance.
お花の水変えよう。
一緒に行きましょう。
Oh, another CG. Immediately back to her former good cheer, she reaches out for the vase, which happens to be the exact moment I do the same, and our hands briefly touch. I'm expecting to grab the vase, and instead I end up holding Shiori's hand.
あ、ごめん。
Yuri. Glorious. I quickly pull my hand back, maybe a little too forcefully. Hopefully I didn't hurt her. That's odd. Why would I freak out over something as innocent as accidentally holding her hand? We held hands when we first talked about the idea of overwriting memories, and also when we walked home from seeing the light show. Doing it again now shouldn't be anything special or extraordinary. So why? Why do I feel so flustered?
なんだろう。ちょっとびっくりしちゃっただけで。
I realize I'm babbling. I'm not sure what's causing this reaction, but just feeling her slender fingertips brush against mine makes my heart beat faster, sending a rush of hot blood to my skin.
なんか嫌とかそういうのじゃないから。
Oh my god, stop. This narration describing Shiori's hair, Kaoru's reached stage 2. We're reaching new heights in the Yuri world. Oh wait, hold on. I have no idea why I'm trying to come up with excuses, but if I feel like my rational mind has separated my emotions and drifted off somewhere. Unable to keep calm, I look at her.
大丈夫です。
Oh, she's self-conscious too. I can see she's blushing, but I have no idea why. Shiori has held my hand countless times at this point, so why is this happening now?
じゃあさ、水買いに行こうよ。
Unable to stand the awkwardness that feels like it's growing to fill the entire classroom, I try forcefully changing the subject. There are some pretty bluish purple flowers in the vase.
なんてお花なんだろうね、このお花。しおり知ってる？
はい、アガパンサスってお花だったはずです。夏のお花で綺麗ですよね。
そうだよね。花言葉ってあるのかな、こういうの。
それはわかりません。
Her cheeks are even redder than before as she averts her gaze. We carry the vase over to the sink outside our classroom and a shared feeling of restlessness between us. By the time we get back, the other students have begun trickling in. The boy I was assigned with shows up and thanks me for taking care of most of the tasks, while agreeing to write in the journal and erase the board. Curious, I look up the symbolism associated with agapanthus once I sit down at my desk. It means the advent of love. Oh boy. Pool 1102. We're at the pool for our 4th period gym class. Aside from the curious incident in the morning when Shiori and I got ridiculously flustered over accidentally holding hands, our classes went smoothly without any problems whatsoever.
そうやさ、梅雨だってのに全然雨降らねえよな。
今梅雨だったんだ。
そこからですか？
まあ、そう思っちゃうのもわかるよな。ママも10年くらい前はもうちょっとはっきりした梅雨って季節があったとは言ってたし。
Thinking back, it's rained a few times lately, but the only heavy downpour I can remember happened the night of our sleepover 2 days ago. Actually, that one felt more like a flash flood. Feeling my heart start to race as I recall that night, I quickly tried to change the subject.
そういえばしおりはプール休みなんだね。
はい、少し体調が悪いんです。
大丈夫か？お泊まり会で疲れちゃったのかもしんねえな。
どうだろう。そうかもね。でも楽しかったからね。
楽しかったのと疲れちゃうのはまた別だよね。
無理しないのは大事。ってしおり暑くないのか？
I realized Shiori's wearing both a button-up shirt and a long-sleeve sweater. Based on her reaction to showing her stomach the other day, I get the impression she doesn't like having any unnecessary skin exposed. Though come to think of it, she usually has no problem wearing a bathing suit.
これは、はい、大丈夫ですよ。日焼け止めも忘れてしまったので。
そっか。まあここのプールウェルカム紫外線だもんね。
英語の意味間違ってねえかそれ。まあ日焼け止めならあるからさ。
ありがとね。でも今は大丈夫。風も入ってきてるし。
でも見学でも熱中症には気をつけろよ。カオルの言う通り太陽が昇ると結構暑くなるからさ。
そうするね。
じゃあ私日焼け止め借りていい？
今言うなよ。これから泳ぐんだぞ。
She grumbles while going back to her locker to get me the sunscreen. We're allowed to use waterproof sunscreen, so I assume the teachers are aware of the logistical issues that come with an outdoor pool. As I keep my gaze on Shiori, who's sitting on a nearby bench, I begin warming up. Courtyard, 12:08 p.m.
お腹すいた。
プールの授業の後はお腹すくよね。ついお弁当も大盛りにしてきちゃった。
しおり見学じゃなかったっけ？
I say offhandedly, though she doesn't reply. I'm pretty sure she always has a lot of food packed into her bento anyway, but I'll pretend I don't remember that. The three of us are once again eating our lunches in the courtyard.
もう明日から試験1週間前かよ。高2の夏休み前のテストだし、最低限内部推薦も狙えるくらいの点数は取っておきたいよな。
From the way Hiriku's talking, I'd guess she's already completed and turned in her questionnaire. In other words, she's already decided that she's continuing on to university. As one of two students who still haven't submitted our questionnaires yet, the mere thought of the topic fills me with anxiety.
部活の顧問がさ、点数見てくんだよな。部活休みな分、ちゃんと勉強しろってことだと思うんだけどさ。
今日が試験前最後の部活なんだっけ？
そうだよ。体がなまんないように朝練だけはやるけどな。
なるほど。私たちは部活やってないしあんま変わらないね。
いえ、試験前は試験に合わせた勉強を中心にしますよ。
そういえばさ、しおりはさ、塾では何を勉強してるの？
私は受験勉強です。週に2日だけなので、今は英語と数学の2コマを集中的に勉強しています。
Ah.
数学か。大変だな。
なんで人事なんだよ。期末じゃ私たちも数学やんだぞ。ごまかすなよ。
She can be perceptive sometimes. The results of my midterms were pretty terrible, mainly due to getting hooked on an 8-season TV show and binge watching it instead of studying.
今回は何して過ごそうかな。
I realized 1 second too late that I probably shouldn't have let myself say that out loud.
立花さん、それはどういう意味なんですか？
うわ。
試験期間なんですから勉強しなきゃダメですよ。前回のテストの結果はどうだったんですか？
Well,
ぼちぼち。
具体的に教えてください。
現代文は98点。他は平均以下で、最初が3つ。
マジかよ。いや、最初を落としてないだけマシかもしんねえけど、バグってきた。
it's no wonder that Riku's shocked. In our school, 60 or under is a failing marked. When that happens, you're given a chance to retake the exam. You have to take a remedial course if you fail again, though you still get credit for the class in the end. The average score is around 75, with the assumption being that you shouldn't fail as long as you put in the minimum amount of effort.
こうなるとむしろなんで現代文だけそんなに高いのか疑問です。私より上ですし。
なんだろう、ドラマ見てたからかな。
ドラマは関係ないんじゃねえか。あ、物語ってことなのか。心情とか文脈とかそういうの。
あとはほら、担任の先生の授業だから赤点取ったら面倒だなって。
立花さんの姑息な考え方は置いておきましょう。
Your blundering approach to life.
姑息。
Well, she's not wrong. My parents haven't said anything to me about the haphazard way I do things, because they know why I'm like this. Although I don't know how long they'll put up with it.
今回はせめて全科目で平均点以上を目指しましょうよ。
Girl failure, let's go! We love a good girl failure around here.
勉強は嫌いじゃないけどさ、一人じゃ集中できないっていうか、監視の目がないとっていうか、高校入ってから自由になっちゃったから。
なら私が監視します。いいよね、リクも一緒に。
みんなで勉強するってことで合ってるか？
そういうこと。
なるほどね。
Shiori is right that it'll be easier to focus on studying if I'm forced to do so. I don't work or go to cram school. Riku's on break from her club, and it was Shiori's idea in the first place, so I guess this works out for all of us.
じゃあお願い。それなら楽しそうだしね。
いえ、あくまで相互監視ですから、楽しく勉強なんて考えるのはやめましょう。
Thanks.
しおり、ガチだ。
It's not exactly the reaction I was expecting. As someone who's managed to maintain one of the top 3 grades in the entire school, she's obviously more focused on results than fun when it comes to studying.
今日は私が塾の日なので、明日から頑張りましょうね。
任せて。今回はしおりに勝っちゃうかも。
まず私に勝ってから言えよな。よっしゃ、私もやる気出てきた。
Well then, if everyone's on board to spend more time together, who am I to object? Alrighty. I think that'll be it for today. This is a good stopping point, and we've reached our 2-hour mark, so I will be ending here. Yes. Oh, no, you don't. Oh, yes, I do. Back into the Yuri Mines with you.
嘘から始まる恋の夏。
I will go to the Yuri Mines again in 2 weeks. I love this visual novel so much. It's so cute. And I love that we're starting to see some developments blossoming. Hey, at least it's not like some Giga cliffhanger. Yeah. We're stopping before the next big event, which is the study session. But, man. I love these characters. I love this art style. I love the story. It's so good. Oh. Man, I'm glad Rune recommended me this visual novel. It's so good. But anyways, guys, let me move us to the free talk screen. Alrighty. That was fun. Very chill time. So for the next tomorrow I'll plan out the next 2 weeks of streams. I have 2 already in mind. I haven't checked my schedule, but I will be doing so soon. But I will be getting out the next 2 weeks streams tomorrow, hopefully. Yeah, tomorrow I'll be able to. And based on what I'm looking at, it'll probably be the Monday and the Friday that I do streams on. Based on what I'm looking at, it'll be the best timing I can do for myself. So yeah, that'll probably be what happens. But that means our next stream will be Code Vein. So I hope you look forward to that. I'm going to, for that Code Vein stream, I'm going to try. I will try to beat the cathedral. That'll be my goal. Back to the cathedral, yippee. I'm not looking forward to it. Well, I am, but I'm not. You know what I mean. Oh, that hellhole awaits me and haunts my dreams. I will never forget it, even after I'm done playing this game. But Cathedral Hell never ends. It doesn't. It really doesn't. But the end is finally kind of in sight. Even though I still haven't won, I don't know if I'll be able to 100% the Cathedral. Who knows. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for stopping by. I hope you had as much fun as I did, and I will see you guys in the next one. Otsushiro! See ya!